back to Go Get That Rose. I am one of your hosts, Sarah. With me, as always, is Jay Wade.
Hey, hey!
Hey.
I love this show so much. I wish that they would just do away with every single Bachelor show idea that they ever have and they currently have, other than Bachelor in Paradise, and just do nothing but Bachelor in Paradise. And if you need to, obviously, go around the world. Like go to Australia. You know, when it's winter here in the States, go to Australia. I know us Aussies have their own stuff, but but you know what I'm saying, dude. I want to see this year round, Sarah.
This is not what you're saying, but the Australian has Bachelor in Paradise Australia, and they had U.S. contestants on, and now the Canadian version of Bachelor in Paradise also has U.S. people on it. And I just want to know, why don't we go international? Like, they did once. I mean, yeah, season 5 they had Kevin and Benoit, and they were both on in the Canadian Bachelorette. But they did Bachelor Winter Games. Like, they did their own spin-off here where they had all of them from different countries. But I just want to know, like, why we don't extend it. And where are the Listen to Your Heart people? Like, I wish they extended it out more to just... Well, I mean, I don't want to see any of them on the beach, but it's just weird to me that they were hyping that up so much to never talk about them ever.
Well, probably because the show was terrible, wasn't it? I mean,
it was really bad. It did really bad ratings. It was very low.
Yeah, I'm glad I skipped it. So
yeah, but anyway, we were talking Paradise. We are getting towards the end of Paradise. Did you catch that next week is a 3-hour episode?
Yes. Holy crap! Yes, yeah. I did. At this point, I'm in, man. I'm in for it. I'm ready.
I think we have 3-hour episode, then we have a break, and then, because it said in 2 weeks after that is the finale, and then I think right after the finale, the next week is Michelle's season of The Bachelorette. So we're just nonstop rolling, going into it. I'm ready for the season to end, but I don't know, not really. Like, this is the first time I think that I'm really, like, I still really like these people. Well, I don't like them, but I'm still really entertained in the story that they're trying to tell. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and I think it's because now we finally got to the part where, like, more serious couples, like I've been saying, like, they are getting really serious. And now I actually, like, am interested to see who's going to make it out of this. So we'll see. Every time I think the drama's calming down, we just keep getting more drama, which I love, so I'm not mad about it.
A couple broke up. There was a breakup last week. Did you hear this past week? You didn't hear about that? I figured you would have already mentioned it by now. It's fucking huge.
What are you talking?
That Brennan guy.
Oh, Brennan and Piper?
Yeah, man.
You saw that?
NordicTrack broke up with him.
Oh. What is that? I don't even know what that is. It's a sponsor, right?
Size machine. It was a sponsor. They dropped him because they don't.
I did see that.
With his the way he was acting.
The way he was saying disgruntled females.
Oh, really? I never heard him say that. That's funny.
Yeah, he said, "Here comes Joe with his group of disgruntled females."
So what? So what?
But I guess they just didn't like his behavior. I mean, okay, that was like his only sponsor, and they dropped. Dropped it.
Yeah, and he's like, well, it was always understood that it was a short-term deal anyway, and it was about to end, so it's okay. Yeah, whatever, dude. But did he and Piper really break up or something?
There is reports that came out today that, like, he doesn't follow her on Instagram, but she still follows him on Instagram. So people are like, are they broken up? But then people were saying that, like, for a while, Matt James and Rachel didn't follow each other, but now they're dating. So it who cares? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. Anyway, okay. I thought it was a good episode. There were some, like, boring parts, but we had some nice dates. Then it ended with some crazy drama. So...
Real quick, I gotta say this. The episode started and, like, what was the first 20, 25 minutes or so was all Kendall and Grocery Joe. Okay, so here's what happened. Within the first 2 minutes, I already had my face in my hands.
Really?
Like, this is so stupid, I couldn't take it. Okay, but I had something come up. So right after the Kendall and Joe part is where, in that commercial break, is where I stopped it, and I went to do shit for like 6 hours, came back 6 hours later, and sat down in front of the TV, and I was about to hit you up. This was Wednesday, and I was about to hit you up and be like, hey, what are we going to talk about? It was like literally just Grocery Joe and Kendall sitting there talking, and then it hit me. I was like, wait a minute. That was only 20 minutes. I've still got a whole episode left. I thought I had watched the whole episode, and it was nothing but that. And I was like, that killed me, Sarah. I hated that.
What specifically?
One, just all of it, but more specifically.
Everything.
Everything.
Her? Like, were you annoyed? It seems the consensus is people are mad at her.
Well, I'm not mad at anybody. Dude, anything these people do, no matter what these people do or say to anyone or about anything, none of it affects me, and none of it's my business. So I don't get mad at anything.
Yeah, I know.
But no, it's annoying as hell. She obviously came back to try to get him back, and then she plays it like, no, that's not why I'm here. I just needed closure. Then she whines and cries and bitches about him being affectionate in front of her, when it's like, what did you expect in the first? Really, what did you expect? And then going to him again like that final Hail Mary, and it's just like, I'm so glad he shut her down, and I hope he does not go back.
I don't think he will.
Really?
I'm not sure how to feel about the whole thing, because I don't feel like Kendall is being malicious. Like, I really don't feel like she is going there to like break him and Serena up and is trying to be sneaky and stuff like that. I just feel like Kendall is really confused. I mean, she's even said it, like, they broke up. They didn't break up because they didn't love each other. They broke up because of logistic reasons. Because of her logistic reasons, let's be honest. Yeah. And I don't think she hasn't really come out and said, and even now in interviews and stuff, she hasn't really talked about her experience. She's just kind of been ignoring everyone. I think if she just came out and said, like, I want on the show because I wanted to see if there was something still between me and Joe, and I think people would have an easier time, but like, she hasn't said anything, and I think that's what's kind of like, why were you there? Like, were you there to get back with him? Which is like, okay, fine, but on the show, like, she never really comes out and says it. Like, she just kind of like says like, well, it's hard to watch you do these things, and it's like, yeah, of course it is, but that doesn't, like, to your point, that doesn't mean that Joe shouldn't be trying to explore and should not kiss and be intimate with Serena. Not saying that he should make out with her right in front of Kendall.
Whatever he wants. He was there first. She knew.
Yeah, that's true.
Have to go, but I got to push on something here.
Okay.
So, in my mind, it was clear why she went there.
To get back with Joe.
Exactly, but shit, Sarah, I did that thing again where it slipped my mind. But you were saying about her going back there, and damn it, that happens sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've heard people say that they think maybe she went on the show because maybe
I'm sorry. It just okay. So she went there. She definitely wanted to get back with him, but it's clear that she wanted him to chase after her, and when he didn't chase after, that's why in their initial conversation, at first it came off like she was about to be like, I want to get back with you, but then she pulled back because she was dangling it out there, being like, you know, literally dangling the hook in front of him and then reeling it in. And then from there, she wants him. It's one of those words like, I want you to want me. I don't want to come to you and be like, I want you, please want me. I want you to come to me and say, I love you and I want you. That's what she was trying to do, and it blew up in her fucking face. She should have been upfront from the very start. Instead of fishing, which is a sport or a game or competition, instead of playing games with people and things as serious as this, matters of the heart and whatnot.
I don't think she was playing games, though.
How is that not a game? When he's with someone else, but you're just kind of trying to get dude, she's trying to get him to chase her.
But that's your opinion. I don't think she is.
Then why wasn't she upfront with him? She obviously knew she wanted to be with him the whole time. Why, when she first got there, why didn't she just say, hey, I understand you might be in a relationship, whatever, that's your business. But
I don't know, maybe she really didn't want to get back with him. And being there and seeing him brought up all the feelings, and now she's like, oh.
That's so disingenuous and insincere, in my opinion. Like you have to be made jealous to realize that you want someone back.
Happens.
That's not how. For me, that's not how it should work. For me personally, it shouldn't be some sort of a game or a chase me or I'm jealous. Like, it's either you want me or you don't want me. Stop fucking around. Are we going to do it or not? That's where I'm coming from. And anything other than that is a game, especially for me. I'm 42, man. I don't have time to fuck around with that shit, So that's where I'm coming from. And I understand everyone has, like you said, it is my opinion. Because everyone has different points of view on it. But that's where I'm coming from. Yeah.
I don't know. I also feel like we just didn't get enough. I feel like it's super edited. I think there's a lot of stuff that we just didn't get to see. Like, we don't know if she found out Joe was going on and was like, I have to be on the beach because I want to get him back. Like, you know what I mean? Or if the producers were like, hey, you should come on Paradise. And then they tell her, like, hey, Joe's here. Like, surprise. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's kind of important, because if it was, she found out, she was like, I can't stand the idea of him dating someone else. I need to go get him back. That's kind of a different story. Why didn't she come down and just say, you know what I mean? I think there's key information that we just don't have.
That's fair. And that's help us out, guys. That's why tweet out at Christian Harloff. Don't hound him, but just tweet out at him and be like, hey, Christian, you should go Get That Rose with Sarah and Jay and talk about the production side of.
I've got so many questions.
Because we don't want to talk about like what we're talking about now, like what happened on this episode. We don't want to talk about that with Christian, because he was a producer on the show. And so we want to talk to him. He interacted with the talent on the show. We want to talk to him about the production aspect of it.
I thought he was an editor. Or was Rachel an editor?
Was the editor.
I thought he wasn't like a producer though. Like, he wasn't one of the ones that go up.
Well, no, I think he was like one of the producers, like, that worked with the contestants and stuff. And like, because I mean, you got to think there's so many contestants on that show. You don't have just one producer who's
but I don't think.
I think he was one of those small the underlings, like, in that manner.
Yeah, I don't think he was the one, because I think you talked about before how like he was asked to be the ones that like do the interviews and like that are trying to get, but he was like, that's like an art, like that is manipulating people.
Also, if y'all want, tweet that same thing out to Rachel Cushing as well, because like Sarah just said, Rachel was an editor on that show, so I imagine that's very interesting.
Yeah, because you can like just make, like people have said, like they make up like whole things that never happened, and they can pull different sound clips from like old seasons and bring it on. Like, if you're really paying attention to the show, I think they think that people, I mean, most people are just going to watch it in the background or watch it on their phones and not notice. But if you're like fully focusing, you can notice when like, oh, they're showing people like someone saying something, but you're not seeing it come out of their lips or come out of their mouth. Like that might not be what they're, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
or them like cutting things. And you can see that in a lot of reality shows, like them franken biting different things. And so it's very interesting. Like, it kind of reminds you of like, oh yeah, this isn't real. Like, most of this is not real.
Right,
they can just edit everything. But people still have to say what they say, so that's
true. Yeah.
to a point. But yeah, so Kendall left, and I thought Joe handled it very well. There was the one part where she said I think he said, like, why are you here? Like, why did you come? And she never gave an answer, and she said, like, well, why are you here? And that, to me, it was kind of like she was saying, like, I was here to get back with you. Isn't that why you came? Where he was like,
That was when that hook out there.
Yeah.
Again, man.
That's true. And he said, I wouldn't have come here. Like, I came here because I was over you. Like, because it was done for me. And that's why I'm here. As kind of to say, because it came off like Kendall was trying to get him to say, like, he was here to meet up with her, or she was here to get back with him, and thought that was going to be his answer. And he was like, no, I'm done. I'm over it.
Right.
Which I'm sure is
too. So
I really respect Joe. Like that's
me too.
That's hard, and he was like comforting her, and I thought that was really sweet. And then he immediately was like went over to Serena, let her know what was going on, and I really like Serena and them.
Hey Manny.
Hello.
Hey,
yeah.
Do you want to answer? You want us to answer Galaxy Geek's question here? Galaxy Geeks channel asked us, hey, when you have time, he wants to know how did I end up getting into the show? Well, Sarah's been in the show for a very long time. How it came about is we all used to do a show on Merc with the Movie Blog, a Collider Live after show called Afterlive, and we had Winston Marshall on there, and he had before that. I was
gonna say
Winston was talking about it on Collider Live, and then they would talk about it for about 3 or 4 weeks in a row. They talked about it. So, and Sarah was like, I love that show, and I'm like, me trying to think of other kind of shows and stuff we could do. Pitched an idea to Sarah for us to do a show talking about Bachelor. So Winston Marshall, to make a long story short, from Collider Live was the inspiration for this show. And he's been on this show a couple, 2 or 3 times. His girlfriend, Kristen, has been on quite a bit.
We love them.
Yeah. So good people. That's how this show came about. And that was about 2 years ago?
Long time.
Because I know
long time ago.
Yeah, I know on the episode titles on YouTube it says like episode 14 or whatever, but that PH3, that's a marker for me to let me know that's phase 3 of this show. We used to be on Merc with a Movie Blog. Phase 1 was audio only. Phase 2 was the change to video. Phase 3 is the switch over to JCast Network. So sorry. Long-winded, but that's how that came about.
Basically, I went on the show, talked about how much I love The Bachelor, and Jay hit me up and was like, hey, let's do a recap show. And I was like, okay, I don't have anyone else to talk about it with, so let's do it. And here we are. It's been lots of fun. All right, so Kendall left. I'm trying to think. Okay, the other thing I wanted to talk about is the Mari and Kenny date, which is...
That was hard to watch, Sarah. And you saw what
what
saw.
The fuck? What the fuck?
Before we started,
why?
You saw a side of me that you can never take back, and even what we saw last night was too much for me to handle.
It was okay. Besides the fact, like, whoever came up with this date needs to be fired, because this is the worst date. They made, to celebrate Taco Week or whatever, they had this poor chef woman come out, and she's like, you're going to make tacos, and the plate is going to be your bodies. And I was like, what the fuck? They had to make nasty tacos on them, and then eat the tacos off of them, which, like, Kenny's was really awkward when he was the plate, and I'm like, okay, I have to say, when we got to Mari, it was disgusting, but there were parts that was really hot. Like, when he's, like, pouring the cheese and pouring the sour cream and, like, rubbing the sour cream on her, I was like, what is happening? Like, what is happening right now? Like, it was disgusting, but it was also, like...
Yeah, high five, man.
I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little turned on. Like, I was like, this is so nasty. But Mari she's one beautiful woman. Kenny's weird. I don't like Kenny at all. Like,
he is a bit awkward.
He's a little awkward.
For real, can we call him Nicky?
Yeah.
I like that for some. I don't know why, but I really did I don't know. I thought his name was Nicky.
Yeah, they said they loved each other. I think, okay, the thing with Kenny Nicky, is that Kaniki, I'm going to call him Kaniki because that's who he reminds me of. The thing with him is that he kept saying, like, I've never felt this way, or I don't know what this is, or I don't know what it is about you, I don't know what it is about this relationship. And I'm like, my dude, you are 40. Like, I feel like you should know a little bit more, or be able to be like, like, if someone was telling me, like, I don't know what it is about you that is so different, I'd be like, that's a red flag. Like, tell me what is special about me. You like my personality. Like, you like me more than how sexy I am. You know what I mean? Like, it's just very, like, you should be able to tell someone, like, I really like what you stand for. I really like whatever. Not just like, I don't know what it is about you.
Yeah.
But I think I'm in love with you.
Yeah, talk about throwing a net out into the lake and just trying to see what you can pull in. That's terrible, dude. And he, like, work with some boy band shit or something like that.
He's a boy band manager.
And he's not smoother than that.
I know. He just comes off very, like, aloof to me. Like, just like the lights aren't on, so everyone's home, but the lights aren't there. Like, that's just very. Yeah. I don't know.
But hey, what do you think? Okay, when Nicky and his chick went into the boom boom room, I was wondering, do you, like, was that the same exact boom boom room that he went into with Demi?
I think it is. I think, didn't I say last week? I think there's like 2 different ones.
Yeah.
They don't change the sheets either.
So he banged this chick, like, what, 5 days after he banged Demi on that same bed? Wait, are you serious? They really don't change those?
They don't change. That's
fucking kidding me.
No, that's what contestants have said, that they don't change the sheets.
Dude,
isn't that disgusting?
No, this is not something to joke about. Are you for real?
I'm not joking. I have heard interviews of contestants saying that they don't change or wash the sheets.
That's disgusting.
Isn't that nasty?
Dude, why?
Kenny could have been there from a couple days ago, and
Can they go in there by themselves?
No.
For a little extra privacy.
Oh, that's
terrible.
So gross.
I had no idea. I honestly had no idea. I don't
know if that's absolutely true, but I've heard, like, multiple contestants, like, say that, like, they don't.
That's the boom boom room that does not have the AC, or it does?
I think it does.
Well, I mean, it doesn't make it that much.
That's still nasty.
Make it a little bit better.
Anyway, okay, I have, like, a couple more things. We had, so Lil Jon comes down, like, he, like, sits them all down, and then he goes, I'm about to shake things up, I'm about to get things crazy, and introduces 2 guys, which is the point of the show. Like, I don't, like, what are you talking about? People are like, oh, okay. He's like, everything's going to change. You're doing what literally is the show, bringing on new people. You're not doing anything special. It was really weird. We had Ed and Damar, which I just want to say, why was Ed not with Chasen? Why? Because Ed and Chasen had the whole smoke bro, and Ed, you remember Ed from last season, the one that was like doing the traps,
Yes.
and the baby, and
Yep.
he like had went to Chris Harrison's room by accident, like this whole guy, which I forgot about all of that until I saw it. Him and Chasen had an issue. It would have been so much better if they made them come down together and made them go on a double date together. But they didn't do that, and I don't understand. Like,
Right.
what a shame. They went on a date. They had to paint each other. I don't know. Him and Natasha were making out. It was weird. I don't know. It was weird.
That specific date of body painting each other is so old.
I don't understand who were coming up with the dates this season. Like, I like Bachelor in Paradise has the mainly like they go to a restaurant, they explore the town, which I guess they can't really do that. But if they're wearing masks, I don't know. But they're still, because I guess like, oh, we're still in quarantine, so we can't do some of these dates. But even like you could set them up at a restaurant. Like they used to have really elaborate, like they're just sitting at a table in this beautiful like ocean, or like in the first season they went like cave diving and different things, you know what I mean? Like there isn't really any fun, we're gonna go jet skiing or we're gonna go in a boat or do these things. No, they're doing like, we're gonna play naked volleyball with strangers during COVID. Like it doesn't make any sense. We're gonna eat tacos off of each other. Like what?
Yeah, I want to go fishing.
Someone needs to get fired. Like
I agree. Really stupid dates.
Right? I feel like these dates have been really dumb. Like there's not been any like nothing really like let's grow a relationship. Let's because I've been trying to kind of rewatch it. And then the very first season it really is a lot more about like the love aspect of it, where almost everyone goes on multiple dates. Like they get multiple dates, so you're able to see them really connect and grow and whatever a lot more. But I feel like we haven't really seen any, like, even the ones we have seen with Thomas and Becca and way back Noah and Abigail, I feel like those are the only ones where they're like sitting down and talking, but we don't really see a lot of that. There's just been so much drama. But I don't know. And then stupid ass dates. Stupid dates. Let's talk about the most important part of this episode, the storm.
Yeah, oh my gosh. What a bunch of hype for fucking nothing. You know what I mean? Dude, I thought it was going to be like we're going to see somebody get swept away into the ocean and fucking Coast Guard coming down and people dying. They made it like it was going to be the worst thing in the world. Like, we got to get out of here now.
This is the ambulance showing up in every Bachelor season. This is that. Like, the storm. They come in. I thought it was really funny, though. They come in, and they're like, there's a storm coming. And it's Mexico. Like, I've heard, like, it rains a lot in Mexico. Like, there's always storms. Like, they're on the coast. Like, there's always storms. And they're like, there's a storm coming. We need to go. Do not panic. Part of me wants to know, like, how much they had to really play it up. Because the beach looked fine when they came back the next day. Like, nothing was out of place. Like, nothing was broken. Like, it was fine. And to me, it was so funny where they're like, you need to pack. We need to leave now. They're loading everyone up. They all have to separate. It looks like they loaded, like, boys on one van and girls on one van for them to go to the hotel together. Like, I was like, what is this, summer camp? Like, what is happening? Like, they're all kissing each other. Hurricanes, those oh, yeah, hold on, I got it. Oh, wrong one. Hurricanes suck in Mexico. I'm not saying, like, I don't think it was, I don't know. I don't want to, like, say, like, it wasn't that big of a deal of a storm if it really was. But to me, the fact that it seemed like they came back the next day and everything was fine and they left the camera there, like, and the camera was fine to capture all the lightning and stuff, like, to me, it was like, oh, they really played it up. Like, they really played it.
Hey, she already knows, doesn't she?
I think Mari does know. Because she was like, he tasted my tacos, or I know he wants to eat my tacos, and I was like,
Well, but I mean, she surely knew that he took Demi to the Boom Boom Room, right?
I think Demi said that he.
So I mean, well, everyone else would surely tell her too, right? Be like,
I
yo,
think she knows. I don't think she cares. I mean, even. Oh, yep. This is what I think. This is why I was like, this is what Kayla wants to talk about. It was a tropical storm. That is nothing. Yeah, I think they definitely tried to hype it up. Like,
yeah.
it was just funny to me that all the couples were like, I don't know if I'll ever see them again. I'm like, y'all have phones. What are you talking about?
Yeah. So okay. So you meet each other. You build this relationship that's so strong, and then a
The
storm
storm.
happens, and you will never ever see them or talk to them again for the rest of your lives. That makes no sense whatsoever.
It was so funny to me. I was like, what? And then they all come back and they're like, we're back! We made it back to the beach! I was like, what? 20 minutes. This literally took like 15 minutes. Like,
Probably.
okay. Gotta love The Bachelor. I think I heard a theory the reason why they even showed all the storm stuff was because they had to explain why the cocktail party was taking place during the day. So they had to show that. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. I want to talk about Tia, Blake, and James real quick because Blake, really, I did not like him at all. He freaked out over nothing. But I also kind of have an issue with. I know Tia's from the South. She did say she was from Alabama, right? Or not Alabama. What'd she say? Arkansas.
Because Arkansas is the only state in which a woman's vagina dances when it really wants to hook up with a guy. That's what I've learned from her, at least. So
we know that she's like really attracted sexually. Her vagina dances to Blake and not to James, because she said like James did that weird like painted a stoplight. They don't have stoplights in New York. Like, I'm really confused. And then the New York on the wood, you know what I'm talking about, when they did the like skyline and they had the stoplight in her little town. Which was, like, sweet, like, I guess, like, he was trying, it was really weird, and she said, like, oh, James is showing that he's into me, but, like, Blake, man, my vagina just dances, and I understand, like, she's saying, like, James is a really sweet guy, but she's just not physically attracted to him, and that happens, and it sucks, but then, it's all of a sudden, it's rose ceremony day, and wow. Okay, we'll get to that comment in a second. We'll get there in a second. Wow. Okay. And I have an issue with. I know Tia's from the South, and the whole like courted, small town Arkansas, Bible Belt church, like that whole thing, and wanting to be courted, and her saying like, I want. What she specifically said like. I want, she wants, like, the chase, like, desired. She wants to be desired. She wants the guy to, like, do all these things to her, for her, and whatever. Which is a very Christian mindset type of thing. And she brought that up to Blake. And I thought she said it in a nice way, where it was kind of like, hey, I need you. Oh, there's something else. Okay. Hey, I need to see more out of you. I need to see actions out of you. I want to be desired. I want to be, what's the word? Like chase after, sought after, whatever. He immediately goes on the defense and is like, I told you I'm here for you. I told you all this stuff. And she's like, okay, but I need to see actions. Like, it's more than you just telling me. And he's like, I don't know what you want. Like, I need act. Like, I don't understand.
Right,
I was like,
simmer down.
Whoa, buddy. I don't necessarily think. And yeah, and I agree with what Kaylin said. T was overly dramatic with the dude. She needs to calm the F down. You know, Blake for like 12 minutes. I agree, and that's kind of what I mean. That all of a sudden they know each other for like 3 days, and she's like, I need more out of you. I need you to chase after me. Like a relationship is more than the woman being the one that's being pursued. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is a two-way. You guys are just starting to know each other. Like, it's okay. I don't think she was in the right for being super whatever, but I also think he just really escalated, like, was super defensive. Like, all he had to do was be like, hey, like, I feel like I have, like, I've told you all these things, I've made promises, like,
she's
yeah.
She's called a clinger. She's she's needy. Let's pull up Victoria's real quick.
Okay.
This is the first time in 7 seasons that Paradise really sucks. Hope they step up.
Wow.
Well, I'll let you know, Victoria, if you don't know, this is only my 2nd season of seeing Bachelor in Paradise. So I really liked last season because it was just crazy and there was a fight and stuff like that. I actually enjoy this season more because it's a little more tame and not just like stupid nutty, if that makes any sense. I'm enjoying this season personally, but I mean, I only have last season to base it off of.
I said at the beginning of the show that I'm really liking this season, so I'm very interested about why you feel like it is a lot of drama. I think if people like to watch the show for the romance, like I've said before, I feel like we haven't really seen a lot of the romance that we have seen earlier on. By this point, there's usually like one person left, and at this point, we're starting to get formed a little bit better relationships, but no good dates. Yep, I agree. The dates really suck. I think the only thing that I feel like I really like about this season is just all the drama, and is that I don't know what's going to happen. But I like that in the show. But yeah, the dates really suck. I do feel like this show is a little bit too serious. I agree with that. I feel like past seasons have been a little bit more ridiculous. The editing, there's been no really weird montages. Like last season was like the fireworks when that guy like had his first kiss. You remember that? Like,
yeah.
There hasn't really been anything like dumb or stupid like that. She said no one gets drunk. I think they have a drink limit.
That's a shame.
There was an incident a couple seasons ago, so that's why they have a drink limit now. I think that's why. But yeah, it doesn't really seem like they're really like partying or I don't know. Now that I think about it, I still think it's a fun season. I just think we're seeing a lot of the drama way too serious. Yeah, I think there's just so much drama, which I enjoy. So, oh yeah, Demi was definitely.
Kaylin asks, it's only your 2nd season. Has anyone ever come out of the boom boom room and said that the sex sucked? Sarah?
There had to be. I feel like the boom boom room is really just a recent thing that they've really like. I know season 3 it was talked about a little bit more, but really it would be more like overnight dates. I think that they would save all that kind of the sex part for. There was someone on the first date that said, or first season, said that the overnight sucked because they broke up because of it, but because there was no intimacy, because the guy they kissed and he went to sleep with his jeans on, and the girl was like, "What?" Yeah. Anyway, I forgot there was 2 more things I wanted to talk about really quick. I wanted to talk on the other hand. Besides Tia and Blake, we had Marissa and Riley have a really good conversation where Marissa was saying that she feels like she needed to get more, not the acts of service stuff, that I think that's what kind of Tia wanted, but more actually the words from Riley. And I really like that Riley didn't get defensive, wasn't like, he was immediately like, yeah, you're right, I do have a wall up, and here's why I have these walls up. And I cry a lot. I was crying when he was talking, just the way he was so vulnerable and really talked about this stuff with her, and the way she was comforting him, and they were like It was beautiful. It was really, really beautiful. It really touched me. Like, I love them. Like, I really believe them. They seem the most real to me. Like, they seem like real people and Joe and Serena too. Like, to me, like, they really seem really good for each other, and maybe not long term, I don't know. But for what we're seeing right now, like, I thought it was a really important conversation. I loved seeing it, and I loved that he was like, I can't wait for Sundays to have a family and a wife, and I can make breakfast. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, don't make fun of me. It was beautiful.
That's cool. That's cool. He said he was falling in love with her first, and you could see the joy on her face when he said that. So
we had a lot of falling, like, they said they're falling in love. Kenny and Mari said they're falling in love. Last week, Joe and Serena are falling in love. Do you believe any of these people?
Well, no, but let me ask you something, because I don't understand this. So I don't understand how this whole thing goes in levels. Like, I think I'm falling in love with you. I'm falling
in love.
Falling in love with you. I'm in love. I love you. I don't understand. That's just so stupid to me. None of it makes any sense.
Only in the Bachelor world,
I guess.
Yeah, but and then lastly, Aaron, Chelsea, and Ivan. So Ivan doesn't have a girl, doesn't have anyone. Yeah, it was a whole mess. I don't even know. Aaron and Chelsea were talking, and then Ivan decided to talk to Chelsea. And clearly, to me, it was super obvious. He was only talking to Chelsea because he wanted her rose. Like, it was obvious to me. Like,
Rose chasing. Is that what they call it? Rose chasing?
Who cares?
He was chasing Rose. He was chasing Rose like one might chase. Okay.
Then Chelsea's just like, oh, I think of you as a friend. And it was just really weird. My favorite part of the episode is when Ivan and Aaron both ordered white wine, because I love a good white wine. So I was like, my bros, like, let's go drink white wine all day long. Then Aaron, of course, gets really upset, decides to start calling out sweet Ivan, and which was really funny. But he was like, yo, bro, we need to talk. You come here. Yeah. I was like, what is that?
Get up here. Get up here, man. No, you come here.
So funny.
I'm going to kick your ass, dude. No, you come here and I'll kick your ass.
I was like, what? That was the best part of the episode. Then they had to cut the episode short. I'm like, I want to see this.
It was like I was in 4th grade all over again at recess.
I love it. This man has fought with, like, almost every single part. Like, every girl he has liked has left him for someone else. And you would want to think, like, where, like, there's one common denominator in all of this, and it's Aaron. Like,
yep.
What is going on? And, like, I tweeted out, like, I think Aaron and James is my favorite couple on the beach, because, like, they are always talking to each other. They're always like, yo, bro. I'm like, I can't.
Backs are looking good today, bro.
Like,
hey, I saw your workout in the moon last night on the beach, dude. Fucking looking good.
Do you think any of the couples, wrapping up, do you think any of the couples, Joe and Serena, Abigail and Noah, Kenny, Mari, I'm trying to think who else.
Riley,
Marissa.
I think.
Do you think any of them will make it?
Oh, of any of the couples, I think the best shot goes to Riley and Marissa, and Grocery Joe and what's his girl's name?
Serena.
I think out of all the couples, they're the two that are looking the best. And out of those two, I think Grocery Store Joe and Serena are looking the best. But
Thomas and Becca, I think
I don't like. Well, Abigail and Noah specifically, I think
they're going to break up.
Feeling that's going to work out. I just think it's I think they're enjoying each other's company and they're caught up in the moment and they're trying to make it work. But I just think outside of this, they're just going to go their separate ways.
Yeah, I think they're going to break up. Probably before, like, like when we don't have any, it has to be ending. We know it's going to be ending soon because we don't have any more hosts,
right,
except for Wells, and I believe his fiance is supposed to be joining him at some point.
Hey, real quick. Also, real quick, viewers, please, first of all, please like this video and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. But also, we are huge fans of Wells Adams on this show. We love him so much. Tweet out at that guy and tell him that he should come on Go Get That Rose because we're awesome and we love him. He's the man, dude, for real. I think they should do away with this unless they do it in a way that I've got an idea for hosting. I think they should do away with how they're doing it now, whatever. They should just make Wells like Chris Harrison, but he's Wells. And
is that what you're trying?
Yeah, he should be the host, man, the face of the Bachelor franchise, man. He's so good. Great.
Yeah, we love Wells. I wish we saw more Wells this season. Like, we saw a lot of him in past seasons, and I feel like I wish we saw more of his goofiness and all that fun stuff. But yeah. Is there anything else?
Not on my end. I'm stoked for the next episode. I'm ready for 3 hours.
3 hours. Can't wait. I'm so excited. Yeah. I don't know. Do you think they're going to bring any more people?
I don't know.
It's a 3-hour episode, and then we still have the finale. So I feel
they've got to, man. They've got to bring in a couple more chicks after the ladies give the guys the roses and so many men go. They got to bring in a couple more ladies.
I feel like there has to be one more cocktail party. So there has to be one last week, one more cocktail party, and then that will end the 3 hours. And then in 2 weeks, the finales will get the that's when all the people will start breaking up. Yeah. That's when Wells will come in and be like, okay, if you're not in a committed relationship, like, you need to leave or get married, like, and then we'll get the proposals after the beach, whatever. I don't know.
You know what's happening next week, though, for sure, because the ladies are giving out their roses. Everybody, here's how it works. If you don't know, on this show, all right, when there's more ladies than there are guys, it's a vagina tail party. So when the ladies are the ones who no, how does it? Damn, I fucked it up.
All right. Well, with that being said, just ignore Jay Wade. Jay Wade, until next time, where can the people follow you?
Well, now I feel dumb. I fucked that up. But we do have a vagina tail party next week, though. I know that for sure. Sarah loves that.
I love it.
Everybody, y'all can follow me on the Twitter at jwade1134. That's a letter J, WADE1134. Also at the JCast Network on Twitter. You can find this show and everything on this network on Anchor, which will expand out to everything, to Spotify, all that stuff, podcasting platforms too. So, yeah.
Wow. And you can follow me on Twitter at SCBOC, SSEABOCK, but you can follow this show on Go Get That Rose, at Go Get That Rose, oh my goodness, on Twitter. I like to retweet a lot of what other funny people are saying on Twitter because I'm just not funny enough to come up with my own tweets. So, yeah, and like Jay said earlier, make sure you like and comment and share and all that fun stuff. And just interact with us because I love to hear what people think about The Bachelor. Until next time, we will see you then. Bye-bye.
Also tweet at Winston Marshall. Maybe we can get him on here before the end of this season.
Just tweet at everyone. So, bye. See you for 3 hours next week. Bye-bye.
You want to hear something funny? The mic wasn't on that whole time.
No way.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, wow.
So smooth.